Alright, let's do a bit of a weekly update video. So I'm gonna do more of a medium term, long term analysis for you guys. So the $1 million question is the stock market crashing? And the answer is, I don't know, don't really care. We just find trades and take them. So right now, what we're thinking about is Jackson Hole is this week coming up. They're saying Powell speaks on the 25th, and that the meeting itself is running from the 24th through the 26th. That's when all the big dogs get together. If you remember last year, when we sold off, it was a pretty drastic sell off. I can't even, there's no way to sugarcoat this. I mean, yeah, over 15% decline. That happened because of Jackson Hole, because of what Powell said at Jackson Hole. And if I'm not mistaken, this day right here was Jackson Hole. Oh, you know what? No. Mm, this day was Jackson Hole. This day was Jackson Hole, I think. Yep. This day was Jackson Hole right here, where you have this monstrous fat red candle. And then this day was CPI. So that's what happened, because you had a pullback into the retest. And then that day was CPI rate. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'll circle it for you guys. This day right here was Jackson Hole. And this right here, this big gap down, was CPI. So, um, I mean, we had an island gap back in August of last year, and we honestly have an island gap right now. It's right here. So it's crazy how the technicals look the exact same, just a couple weeks earlier, I guess, on the timing. But that's just something to think about. I don't really know if it'll matter. But we'll see what happens at Jackson Hole. But as far as the technicals go, this is what matters. If SPY loses this 430 pivot from August 2022 highs, if we lose that pivot, then you're thinking probably test the gap and maybe fill the gap. You're thinking at the very least test that support area. That's the theory, and of course, if we kind of get below it and get back above it, then the theory gets invalidated, and you gotta kind of turn bullish. I guess that is a short-term setup, but longer term, you want this to hold if you're bullish, because otherwise we're going down from there, and then the next place you'd probably say would be right up in here, 417 retest of the original breakout, and yeah, I mean gap fill, all that kind of stuff. So what'll happen, I don't really know, but we'll just take it day by day and try to piece together the clues. But Jackson Hole is a big deal. It only happens once a year, and like I said, that's when all the big dogs from all the big central banks and all that kind of stuff get together to discuss economic policy, all that fun stuff. If we look at our volume profile from where I just take that from. Oh yeah, okay. Just want to make sure I took it from the right spot. December lows, January lows, however you want, whatever. Basically, you got a bit of a low volume area right here, and that if you can get, yeah. So if you can get into that low volume area, you see prices right here right now, the red line. If you can get into that area, then you're probably going to get to that next shelf point. It's a minor shelf, but look how that lines up perfectly with our retest that we talked about. So 430 is very possible this week. So just watch that. And like I said, if you can get into that gap some more, at about 434, maybe 433.50, right up in here, then you're going to kind of push through that gap. So look for that for a quick trade. And honestly, that might be how we start the week off. I mean, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. If you look at spot futures, you can see this support a little bit clearer, and you can see that Um, it's not a extremely major pivot because you only had one bounce there, but it's definitely worth noting because if you can't get back above this, then you at the very best you're gonna do that, bounce back and forth, create a range. If the range breaks to the downside, there's your 4,300 pivot point that you're gonna want to retest. But if price reclaims this, tries to move higher, you can think to at least retest this area. And if that holds, you're probably gonna come back down to at least that. If that fails to hold and you get through it, you can think to test that 4,500 resistance area. So I mean, I don't really have a, I'm not in love with either setup really. I think either or would probably be fun. The volatility is fun. I just hate when we get stuck for too long. But like I say, if you can't reclaim that 43.83 point, then this is the retest that you're going for. Right here up in this area. Right up in that 4,300 area. And obviously if that fails, then it's pretty much a straight shot down to 4,200. That's what I think. So if this retest fails, which I mean it wouldn't be shocking, nothing really shocked me. Go back. If that retest fails, then that's going to be your point of interest. So like I said, Jackson Hole is this week. I'll make this my thumbnail. Oh shoot. I guess this is a bearish thumbnail, but like I said, I don't really care if we break bullish or bearish. 4,200, test of 4,200 would be fun actually. Yeah, that would be fun. I think I do want us to break bearish. That would be real fun. If we could test 4,200, that'd be lit. Cause I don't think this gonna fail. I'm definitely gonna take a shot down here at the very least. If we come test 4,200 without taking out 46.36 in March 2022 highs, I'm taking a shot down here. I'm taking a shot. That'd be a nice little reset for the market. Yeah. I'll take a shot down here. So look, I'll do this so I ain't seeming bearish. That's an ugly arrow. Yeah, I'll do it like that. I don't know if this is gonna happen. This is just would be fun. It's very possible. Don't get me wrong. If I had to make a prediction, this would be my prediction. But I'm not even into that because the market structure could look so crazy different by the end of this upcoming week, to the point where this could look foolish to even think this will happen. So I'm not even thinking it's a prediction. But if I were forced to make a prediction, this is what I would say. Because we are failing retests on the lower time frame, being the daily. So basically, if you hold below this area right here that I have highlighted, then this is very much so a possibility. So basically what we're saying to X is that this retest fails from here, and that you move down to retest the next major pivot point, which is all of this up in here at 4,200. And at 4,200, I'm saying theoretically probably will hold, because I think that'll be a strong area of interest for bulls. And you might can rip it. They might can rip it. Who knows? Who knows? Or the market just crashed. I don't know. Now I tell you what though. I tell you what. If 4,200 fell, then you're gonna have some real problems. It could be tough to get back above that. And then you looking at this. And shoot, Lord knows if that fails. If 4,000 fell, I mean, it's crazy. Now, you know what? This will be my thumbnail because I don't know what's gonna happen. It's some interesting setups for sure though. I say it like this: IWM. This, I say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this. Now, this was not my prediction by any means, because my prediction was, well, I thought we were going to 212. I thought we were getting above 200 going to 212. But I tell you what, if this is a triple top, which at this point, I mean, come on. See, what, 2 weeks ago, I was like, I don't think that's a triple top. Like, ain't no way this will actually be a triple top. Now, here we are. We reject. I'm saying to myself, nah, this retest gonna hold. 188 to 190 retest gonna hold on the time about, you feel me? Like, that failed. I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is wild. So now I'm like, okay, we testing 180, but we didn't already triple top. So at best, you get a move back up to 190, maybe 195, 194, 195 area. But even still, bro, this gonna be. I'm thinking 160s for IWM. IWM going back to the lows at this point, cause 190 failed. That's big time. That was not supposed to fail. And then basically, if 180 fails, this is what you're gonna get. You're going back to them 160s. It ain't nowhere around it, unless IWM just literally fail 180 and then hold right here for the rest of the time. So I mean, that IWM is definitely scary right now. Even the Dow Jones, we saw this have a monster run in October, November time frame last year, and in December, and it's just been, I guess, yeah, end of November. It's just been stuck. We haven't actually gone anywhere in the past year. So with that, that looks a little bit scary because that could break down right now if you flush through this um, area here, which is just a retest. But if you look at the daily time frame, you're already below that retest. So if the Dow Jones can't even reclaim 346, then the market is definitely in trouble. But yeah, just keep all that on watch, man. So like that's just my thought process with the market right now. Obviously anything could happen, but bears do have momentum right now, and until SPY makes a nice breakout, then we're looking at some downside. How far it goes is, who knows, but all I can do is identify major points and give you guys the possibilities and let you know what to look for. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. So peace out. Have fun with you guys, and I will catch y'all later.